See right here? Successfully loaded our DLL. Don't know why I didn't do that before. Just probably messed something up, forgetting a step or two. Alright, so in here, again, we have our custom reference inside on the side. So we have two references. One's doors and one is keys. Instead of doors, we have two. We have the white door and the black door, which are right here. Black door, white door. And then the other one is keys. We have the white keyhole, which is actually this one, this block right here. And then the black keyhole, which is this block right here. Let's give them a color just quickly so they're a bit easier to spot. Okay, and now we're going to go into our script and we're going to reference these quickly. So we're going to make four things, four game objects. We're going to say game object black door, white door. We're going to get white keyhole and black keyhole. Let's take these names and quickly take a picture of these just so I can remember them. Okay. And we are going to set these to actually be something now. So when we get custom references, we say level.custom references. Now we can iterate through for each, or we can use a for each statement. So for each, actually, what does this return? For each level.custom reference in level.custom references. Now we can say if our reference dot name is equal to, in Unity we named one of them doors and we named one of them keys. So we're going to do doors for now. So if it's doors, and then we're going to set our two things. So there's white door and there's black door. Say if reference dot. Actually, we're going to go through for every single transform inside of them now. So for each transform in reference dot transforms. So right now we're saying for every reference inside of our references, and then if the reference name is doors, and then we're going to go through every single transform in there. A little bit repetitive, but this is how I do it at least. And then we can actually duplicate this. Put one down here. There, I turn up the font size so you might be able to see a little bit better. Okay, so we have doors, and then the other one was keys, I believe. Yep. Alright. So now in here we're going to set the black door, the white door, the keyholes, both of them, that being. Alright. So let's start with the doors. We're going to say if transform dot name is equal to. So in Unity, what did we name it? Named it white door. So we'll do white door for now. And then we're going to do if transform dot name is equal to black door, because we also have our black door. Alright, so if it's white door, we will say white door is equal to transform dot game object. So now this class variable named white door is equal to whatever we found that was called white door. Now, just from experience and obviously knowing what I'm doing, at least for this part, I know that that is for sure this white door. So now that class variable of type game object is equal to this cube, pretty much. So now we get to control that. So we can set its position to go up whenever the key touches that keyhole, so we can walk through. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And then we can also reference the keyholes in the script down here. So quickly do the black door the same way. It's down here. Let's say if transform.name is equal to white keyhole. Just duplicate this. And this is black keyhole. Okay. Here, say white keyhole is equal to transform dot game object. In case you don't know what a transform is, it is the component in Unity that allows you to use rotation, scale, and position. So you look right here, this is the transform component. This is what you're touching. Allows you to get position, rotation, to change how big it is, whatever else. Do that through scripts too. Every game object has a transform. You can always touch it through wherever. Okay, down here, black keyhole is also equal to transform the game object. So from the top, for every single reference inside of our level, we're searching if the reference name is doors, then we're looking, so again, this is doors right here. and it contains two things. So instead of doors, we're looking for every single transform, which will be these two. Notice it's a white door and black door in here, saying if its name is white door, then white door is equal to that. If it's black door, it's equal to that, and we're doing the same thing with the keys, just with the keyholes instead. Alright, quickly, up above, we're going to do one thing. Actually going to, because we changed it from inside of the level, Jason, we actually made it a general every single map thing. I'm going to quickly use an event. So I'm going to say on level load is now bound to this method right here. So whenever a method load or whenever a map loads, it'll run this method. Quickly delete what's in there. It's useless. So there's something important we're going to do. I'm going to say if the level.id is equal to our map ID, which I've actually forgotten when I set it to. This is door. Yeah, door. So if the map that just loaded was door, then we won't run this stuff actually. Because that would be kind of bad to just run that every single time. It's kind of pointless. Alright, so we have everything set. Can probably say level.current.custom references. There we go. Alright. Now for actually making these readable, we should also add one more reference. So this is 3. This is going to be keys. Literal keys. This time we'll name it key. We already named the keyholes keys. And we're going to put in the keys. So there's black key and there is white key. Okay. Export that. That'll just do that in the background. Don't worry about that. And just take another one of these, put them right here. And we just name that key. There is white key. And then there is black key. Believe those were the literal names. Yep. Okay. And then we're going to go make 2 more class variables. We have white key and we have black. Down. Black key. White key. Okay. Now for the actual part of registering if one of them just touched those. Let's start off with the black door. It's pretty simple. We're just going to pretty much say, if anything for now, if anything touches this, then we want this to just teleport into the ceiling for now. So we're just going to take its transform, we're going to move it right about, it looks 3 up. So 5.29. Yep, just 3 up is perfect. So I'm going to go in here. We're going to quickly create a quick new class. Let's go down, class. We're going to name this black door keyhole for now. And then we're also going to make it reference or have a public variable of a game object, so public game object. And this is going to be the black door that it controls. Maybe we can just make this door in general. Let's have a door keyhole. And this will be the door it controls. So we're going to make this inherit a mono behavior. Mono behavior is pretty much just what you see on the side. These are components, like the mesh render is a component, the box letter is a component. All these are components. Well, a mono behavior, if you wouldn't have guessed, derives off behavior, which derives off of components. So we are making an essentially a component just to place on one of these things. So go here. Mono behaviors has something special called messages, which if you do, there's a few of them, actually quite a lot of them. This one, notice it says Unity message. This one, quote unquote, awake is called when the script instance is being loaded. So in here, we have our door. For now, it's not important. We have another one. We have on trigger enter, which may I remind you on our keyhole. So go back to a keyhole. Notice on the box collider we have is trigger, so it's a true. It's checked. So trigger can run on this, and it says on trigger enter is called when the collider other enters the trigger. So for now, again, we're just going to let that be. So say door dot transform dot position plus equals to a new vector. So we're saying, whoops, okay, my mindset died. We're fine. So we're saying the position is being increased by a new position in the world. In this case, we're going to do 3. And test it in Unity, that worked fine. So we're going to go back to our keyholes. So these are our keyholes. We're going to say white keyhole, which we just set, dot add a component. So we're going to add our mono that we just created. It's called door keyhole. Say door keyhole, and that's fine for now. Say make this a variable actually. Door keyhole. Keyhole is equal to okay. Then we're going to say keyhole dot its public variable, which is door. So dot door is equal to well whatever the black door is in this case. So we need black door. This is white door. So for the white keyhole. Whoops. Okay. Copy this line. I'm going to put it down here so both of them work. So door keyhole, keyhole. This is white keyhole. Make sure it's doing black. It's doing black. Okay. So let's go through this really quick. Nah. On the quarantine, so as soon as the game first initially launches, it is going to find the event on level load, and it's going to bind that event map load. So whenever map loads, it's going to run this method right here, this entire chunk of code. Starts off with if the level is equal to door, which remember is the map that we created in Unity, it's this scene. So if it is that, then we're going to say for every reference inside of it, remember on our level, we have 3 custom references, doors, keys, and then key. So we're saying if the reference is doors, we're just setting up some class variables, same thing with keys, setting up some class variables, and also adding a mono that we created before to it. And then same thing with key. We're just getting these keys. Okay. So now, this mono just does is we're saying on trigger enter. So as soon as something touches it, it takes the door that it controls, takes its transform component. So remember in here, that would be its transform component, and it takes its position, so this stuff right here, and adds 3 to whatever this is. So it would go like that. Make it go up into the ceiling, which is exactly what we want. So let's build this. Let's quickly go put the DLL in here. And let's go see if it works in game. See if I didn't mess it up. I usually don't get things perfect first try, but it took my time. These fell. Alright, let's go touch one of those cladders, see if it worked. Thought it worked. We touched it, it teleported up. The reason it teleported so high up in the air is because players' hands actually have multiple colliders inside of them. So one collider went in, and then another collider went in. Like each finger has a collider, etc. So all of those went in at once, and it made that go really high up. So let's actually do that quickly. Let's fix that issue. Let's make a boolean. Say is already open, and then we're going to say if is already open. So if it's not already open equals false. So if is already open is false, then we're allowed to raise it. And when it does raise, then is already open is equal to true now. So we're opening up the door. So if it's not already open, we opened up the door. We make it sure the script knows that it is now open. And now we can use the other on trigger exits. And this is just the exact opposite. So as soon as something exits it, it's going to go. So what that would do is we put our hand in, and if we made, it would open up. And then assuming we took it out and we did the opposite of this code, it would close. That would be bad, obviously, because we put our hand in, and then the second we pull it out, it would instantly close the door again, which would not be what we want. So for now, let's just do this. Can open it. Just put your hand in there. It opens up once. We're all good. Okay. Go up. Let's try this. Make sure that that little trife is fixed. to our map. Alright, let's go touch a door, see if it works. So, you see it raised by 3, then it stopped. Looks good to me. A little bit clipping because, well, they're inside of each other. Can easily fix that if I go in Unity quickly. Just made this tiny bit larger. There. There. Clipping issues should be fixed now. I shouldn't notice it anymore. Okay, so we have key setup, you touch it, it goes in. Let us make a close button on the other side. So we're going to take this, going to duplicate that, and we're just going to move it through the wall. Just like that. Still have, oops, there we go. Actually go back. Let's duplicate, bring it through the wall. Okay. Same thing for this one. Duplicate it, bring it to the wall. Control D is what I'm using for duplication, by the way. Alright. So we have these two. And these are going to be the opposite. So on trigger enter for these ones, we're going to get a new one. So we're going to just, I guess for now, duplicate this class. Rename it. Set off. Let's just delete some of these. Okay. So this is door keyhole open. And then this will be door keyhole close. So we have a door. We have is already open. Let's actually. It's fine for now. Alright, let's get custom references. So it's done on that side. We're on this side. Let's make it so we can close them. Let's go to level. Let's get these keyholes. Let's rename these keyhole close. Let's make this one keyhole close. Okay. So our level. Take our keyholes. Now it's size 4. So there's 4 of them. I'm going to put in the closed ones. Okay. Quickly export this again, just so we have that in game. Okay. Let's go through. Let's add new ones. So let's duplicate these. So white keyhole close and black keyhole close. So here we have the same door. Yes. Might just be able to do this one mono. Hmm. See, why not up here? We'll make a dictionary. Dictionaries are not necessarily something a beginner would want to use because the concept is a little bit scary at first, but a dictionary essentially holds two objects and it binds them together. So let's say you had a dictionary of a number and another number. Whenever you put one number in, you'd get out the other number back. Or let's say we gave it an item and a creature. You give in the item, you get out the creature. It's a key, value pair. So you give it a key and you get out whatever you put in other. So now you just kind of relate two things together. In that case, that's what we're going to do. We're going to have a door, so game object. And then we're going to have a boolean whether or not it's true, like open or closed. So we're going to have the black door and the white door related between a boolean, so we know whether it's open or closed. And then these ones can actually just change that in here. So we can actually remove that line in a minute. Not yet. Let's make the dictionary first. So we have a dictionary. Let's call it doors to state. And let's make sure this is equal to something new. So it's equal to a new dictionary, just so we can actually use our dictionary. So in here, we're going to also make one more thing. It's going to have, so we can access this one. So we always know what this is, we can actually access it. So current is equal to this. So we have a public static. Public just means anything can access it. Static means there can only be one instance of it. And then of type entry, which is what this is. And current is just the variable name. So current is equal to this. Again, variable name, change it to whatever you want. Make it okay. Does not matter. In this case, current because it just makes sense. Alright, we have current, so that means down here we can actually access this now. So we can say entry.current dot whatever we need in here. Which is why we're going to go back up here and we're going to set this to public, just so we can now actually access it from anywhere. So now we can say entry.current.doors_state. Now it's in here. Again, we go back up here. If we remove that public, remember public means anything can access it. Now it's not in here. So we want to be able to access it. That's pretty important for us. It's the entire reason we actually made it. So we're going to say doors_state, and we're going to go down here, and then we're going to actually change this entire bool functionality over to our dictionary. So quickly, instead of using these, we have our door. So we're going to say entry.current.doors_state, and we're going to get our door. So at index door. So we're looking at our dictionary and we're putting in our key door, which is our door. And then it's going to return whether or not it's true or false, because remember it's game object, which in this case is a door, to a boolean. Boolean means true or false. So we give it a door, it gives us true or false. So go up a little bit actually, because we're going to make it to where these are actually in our dictionary. So doors_state.add. Let's actually put this a little bit lower. Let's do it just down here. Inside of our if statement. There we go. So we're going to say doors_state.add. We're going to add two doors. Add the white door. Because it is closed, we're going to say false. And duplicate that line, black door. And again, it's closed, so we say false. Go here, so we have entry, we have a current, doors_state, assuming it is, I guess this will be open. So if it's open, so we want to do opposite, so equals false. So if our door is a false, so if it's closed, then we open it. Let's do that. I'm going to say this is equal to true. And that's fine. Go down here. Again, we can remove these references. Entry.current.doors_state. Doors_state at index door. Now, if this is true, so equals true. So assuming it is opened, then we want to subtract +3 from its y. So assuming again, go into our scene, actually demonstrate what it looks like. So we have it at 8.29 because let's say it was open, we just touched our button and the door opened. So now we touch that one, and we want it to go down by 3. So then it'll go back to what it was before. So we can open it and we can close it. And then we just want to do the exact opposite in here. So we say door is now equal to false because we just closed the door. So now it's closed. False means closed, true means open. So if door is open, we close it. We also make sure it's now known as it's set to closed. Same thing up here, but opposite. So if it's closed, we open it, and then we make sure the script knows that it's open. It's fine to me. Everything's added. We just need to actually add the monos to our closed doors now. So we have the black hole closed. So let's do door keyhole close. We change these as well. Okay. Okay, so we have door closed keyhole. With your got distracted. Alright, your door keyhole closed. Keyhole is equal to the closed. And we're saying its door is equal to the white door. This one is equal to the black door. That looks fine. So we go down here. So let's go through this from the beginning, at least for the openings and closings. So map loads, it sets our class variable that is static current to whatever this one is. There'll only be one instance anyway, so this really doesn't touch anything that's important, doesn't break anything that's important. We have a few game objects. We have our white key, black keyhole, white door, and black door. These actually aren't too much important, for setting at least. Go, assuming the map loaded, so remember this event will only run whenever any map loads. So we're taking the event manager class, we're finding the onLevelLoad event, and we're binding it to our map load method. So map loads, it checks if the ID is equal to door, which is our map, going through for every reference inside of its references. So we're going through all of these. And now assuming it finds doors, which it will because we set ones called doors, sets the doors. So now this is equal to the black door, so it's equal to that. And then the white door is equal to that. And go through a little bit more. The keys, this is the keyholes, not even just the keys. They're just improperly named. Bad planning on my part. White keyhole, we're taking its game object, we're setting it. And then we're saying the keyhole open is equal to it being added. So that, again, that is our mono behavior right here. So we're adding that to it. Same thing down here, but for close, white and black respectively. And then for the keys, we're just saying the keys equals to that. We're making sure our dictionary is recording that both doors are closed. And we are adding the door states. Okay, we're good. So what should happen is we touch it. We touch the door keyhole open, which in this case would be either one of these two buttons. So we touch one of them, and it will check if it's closed, which by default it is, because we have set a false in here. So it will be false. It raises it up by 3. Then it sets it to true, meaning it's open. So now we know it's open. If I touch it again, nothing happens. It should just stay exactly where it is. Everything should be fine. Now for the closed, so we walk through the door, and we touch this one. Now it should find that door. So if it's open, which we now it will be, because we just opened it up to get through, we touch it, it takes its position, it subtracts 3 from its y-axis. So it's going to subtract 3, meaning it should go back down, making sure the script now knows it's closed, and we should be fine. Let's build this quickly, go throw it in game. And assuming this works, then I will add key functionality. So our keys are no longer just non-important little blobs. Just gotta get the doors out of the way first. Oops. Might have messed something up. Just gonna put this right here. I think I had that in a bad spot as well. So I should just move these to where they're supposed to be, proper places. There. Rebuilding this quite a lot, but we have our doors. So as soon as it defines the door, it adds a state for white door. As soon as it defines black door, it defines whatever it is in the dictionary for black door. Okay. Make sure this is built. Make sure that new one is in. Play. Launch. just go touch one of these doors and hope it works. Besides the obvious issue of having to climb around the wall to interact with the two different functions, looking like it's working. I don't see any, again, prominent areas besides that. So, well, let's for now just make it so it requires a specific key press. So, on trigger enter, we're going to make sure, take a new statement. If, actually, quickly, let's define the keys first. It's a lot more important. So we have the black key, we have the white key. These are the keys we need to get through and out of the doors. That's fine, that sounds perfect. So, down here, we're going to say, actually up here, we're going to want to pass in two more things. The key. So there's door, and then there is a key. Right here is door, and there is a key. So in here, we're going to say if, actually this also takes in a collider, I believe. Say collider, collider. Yep, okay. So if collider.name does not equal to our key.name, say it does equal to actually, and we will put in brackets. Same thing up here. So our key has to be the one that's touching it. Give it a collider. So now we're saying on trigger enter, we have one passive collider. It's of type collider as well. So we're saying if the collider's name is equal to our key's name, so in other words, if the key is going into the keyhole, then it is allowed to open and close the doors respectively. Makes sense to me. Let's go up. We need to actually make sure it passes in these keys. So let us just quickly, for now, gonna move these just out of the references. There we go. Take that. We're also gonna take this keyhole. What is this for the black close? This is for the white close. And then we also want to do the other ones. Now, you can actually set the keys to what they're supposed to be. Build it, go in game. Try it with my hands first, see if it'll open up with just touching it. Assuming it doesn't, gonna try with the key. Works with the key, then we're all good. Doesn't, then clearly I fucked something up and I would love to show the debug process. the debug process that is of fixing something that's not working. Don't know why my game does that. That happens even without this mod. Just randomly my game will decide not to work. Okay. Well, maybe something's wrong then. Yep. That's perfect. Why don't we just take this and we're going to move it above everything else. And then we're going to move these backwards by two. So if keyhole black close is going to go wherever it closes. We have the white keyhole close. So here we have the white keyhole open. So here. And then we have the black keyhole open, which should go right here. I actually see what went wrong now. I was just being a little bit stupid. I didn't get my variable names correct. Whoops. That would most definitely be the reason why it messed up. Okay, let's go in game, see if it works. And there I go, I get to show the actual debug process. Alright, touch key to it didn't work. Actually, we got errors even. I would believe that'd be because the key was not set, although I could be wrong. So let's actually do a name. Let's do a string. Public string. Key name. Let's rename these as well. And that's going to string, so these are going to be not too happy. So we're going to say white key dot name, black key dot name, white key dot name, dot name. Change all these variables names really quickly as well. Okay. This is for the black. This is for the white. Yep, this is for the black. This is for the white. Looks good to me. Now we're going to use logs, and we're going to actually see what's going wrong. Start. Think about that log. So we're just going to log everything that's actually happening the way we want it to. And then we're going to look at it back, and we're going to see if it's failing. So again, what we want to happen at first is it's going to set each key, set each door, and then set the actual keyholes. And then whenever it touches it, we want it to open and close respectively. So let's go. Let's run a debug log for now for just the keyholes. So make sure it's being set. So let's write. This is the white keyhole. White key open. So white keyhole open is supposed to be set right there. This is for the black keyhole open. So black key open. Copy that. Let's put this down here. Close. Take this. This in here, and this is close. Okay. Quickly, let's write debug.logs down here for this one as well. So we're going to do a few things. We're going to debug some useful information. Make sure we're getting everything right. I'm going to say keyhole open, black keyhole, or others keyhole was touched. And we're going to say the name of the collider that touched it, so collider.name. So it's touched by, then we get a name. Okay, let's go copy this. And then let's go put it in here. Alright. Hey, look at it. Already something's wrong. What we printed isn't being printed. Again, we go back here, try to print out each keyhole name. It's not working. So, say we mess something up. Should look at this. So, inside of map load method, something went wrong. So anywhere inside of this method, something went wrong. Not sure what though. Unity there specifically, I guess this editor doesn't like to get more specific than that. Normally they just tell you where it went wrong. So in here, we're gonna actually use something else. We're going to use a try catch method. So let's do it right down here. So try actually leads to one more lower. So try. Now save keys. We're going to catch. But a try catch is we're saying try running this. If this fails, I want you to run instead what is inside of catch. So we're going to debug.log. I failed at key. Copy that line so I can use it in a minute. Try. Again, we're going to encompass this. Catch. Failed at doors. Down one more. Try. Keys is insanely long. Catch. Failed at keys, plural. Okay, we're going to build it. It failed at keys. So now it told us exactly where it's failing instead of just a general message of this is the method it failed at. So we know somewhere inside of this catch, so this try, it's related to it. So somewhere inside of this highlighted, it's failing. No idea where, but that's where it's failing. I'm going to guess one of these keyholes or something isn't set properly. So let's actually make it a little bit more specific. We're going to say debug.log, and we're going to go through everything in there. Not the worst in the world. So it's going to debug the white keyhole. Keyhole. Actually, we're going to do the white key. Do the black key. Black keyhole. And last but not least, the white keyhole. And we're going to put these in actual order. Cool. So it takes key. It starts with black and keys. So it is black keyhole, white keyhole. So that's the order we know it's in. Just go see exactly which one is causing a mess up. And if none of them are causing the mess up, then we can try the other variables in there. Doors. We have 3 null. That is very bad. Null means non-existent. So we didn't set them properly. Something's wrong. Only the white keyhole is actually set. So good there again, we printed these. So the white keyhole sets a null. That is not good. That none of that is good at all. So quickly take a picture of that just so I can remember which ones are null. There we go. Alright. Start off with the black key. Black key is null. Let's find black key. Black key is actually up here. So we have black key. So that is under the key in Unity. Let's look at our level. There is key. There's black key and there's white key. Believe maybe failed to export or something like that. Okay. Then we had the black keyhole fail as well. So then your black keyhole. We have the black keyhole name under the keys. Just make sure this is proper. So again, level, it's under keys. It's called black keyhole. Yep, that looks proper to me. Same thing with close. So close. We actually don't know if those are correct or not. Might be because we're obviously setting it to something. Let's go up. Let's create two more. White keyhole close. Black keyhole close. And then let's change the names respectively to what they are. So this is close. Do white keyhole close. And then this is black keyhole close. Might be why, because I was mixing names and I really shouldn't be doing that. That is a very bad idea. Left we know something's wrong. Black key. Find that really quick. Black key is equal to transform that game object. So it should be set black key. At the reference of key. Maybe it's a naming error. Hmm. So one more thing. Just debug them immediately after they're set. Maybe they're being nulled out immediately after they're being set or something along the way. It's a note when making mods for Blade and Sorcery, especially scripting, and a lot more so when you're new to scripting, you're going to have to go in and out of games, specifically BNS, hundreds and hundreds of times. Okay. So printed null. Bottom three are actually fine now. Only one of them aren't set, which is the top one. That was black key. So white keyhole, black key, white key. They're actually fine. Which is a little hmm. The order they should print in is debug log white key, which is saying it's null. And then the second one should be black key, which is saying it's null. Then we go down. And then there's these ones. The opens, but they're not even seeming to print. Which is the reason I'm puzzled. Because half of these things aren't even running and I'm unsure why. That would mean I messed up the names, but if we look in levels, so these aren't running, which obviously is bad. So white key open, see is never actually ran in here. Switch white key, and white key open is never actually set. White key, but white key is a thing, so I'm confused as to why it is setting the game object. So this is running, but this isn't. Again, just a little confused as to why. Let's try quickly going in here.